A wonderful day to you viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update. I am Abi Kuranga. This is the show where the latest and trending stories in the world of sports are brought to you. I have with me Ademola, and together we shall be taking you through the rounds as far as sporting stories in today's episode is concerned. Welcome to the show, boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always good to be back on Complete Sports Updates, most especially when you are donning the jersey of the FIFA World Cup, 2022 FIFA World Cup winners, actually. So let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Following their qualifying series, where they actually racked up 11 points following 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. In the group comprising of Libya, Rwanda, and Benin Republic. So how do you see the Super Eagles of Nigeria building on these impressive notes ahead of the main tournament in 2025?
Well, I think it was a good one for the Super Eagles. If you take into cognizance the fact that they struggled in the qualifiers for the 2026 World Cup, we all know that they've played 4 matches in their group. That's Group C with 3 draws and a defeat. So coming to the 2025 AFCON Qualifiers, a lot of Nigerians were a bit pessimistic, even though they have some of probably the minus in African football in their group. When you talk about Rwanda, you talk about Benin Republic and Libya. But international football these days, you can't really read any team as any country as a minus again. So coming through the qualifiers with just a defeat in the last game, that was inconsequential. If you look at it, they've already sailed qualification before the game. I think it was a morale booster for the team, a good one for the team going to 2026 when they will resume the World Cup qualifiers in March and the AFCON proper towards the end of the year in Morocco.
I know, after topping the group with 11 points, with the way the group games actually ended with the defeat to Rwanda right there, so many talks have been going on about as regards to the technical director of the Super Eagles, who go by the name Austin Eguavoen. There've been talks about the NFF replacing him, appointing another new manager ahead of the 2025 AFCON in Morocco. So what do you have to say about these decisions? Should the NFF still stick with Austin Eguavoen, considering the fact that he is the manager who actually led this group to the top, to the main events in Morocco? So what do you have to say? Should they appoint another new manager, or they should stick with Eguavoen?
Well, it's a tricky one for the NFF at this stage because before the AFCON in December next year, you have the World Cup qualifiers resuming in March. So bringing in a new manager at this stage, it's going to be a bit detrimental to the team, because we all know international football, there won't be time for the new man to play friendly games before the next set of qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe in March. So opinions too are divided on whether Eguavoen should continue on the job or they should bring in a technical advisor. But I think the wisest thing to do at this stage is to stick with the current technical crew. Probably if you bring in a new man, the only way it could work is probably if you have Eguavoen and the other assistants supporting the man, working with him, because they already know the boys. They are conversant with them. So I think they should stick with Eguavoen for now. After the World Cup qualifiers, probably they can think if they should assess the result, then they can think about whether to stick with the technical crew they have on ground now, or bringing in a new technical advisor.
Yeah, a quick question, can the Super Eagles of Nigeria better the 2023 AFCON campaign?
Well, it's too early to say, because we have like a year before the competition proper, so we still have a lot of things to look at. We talk about players availability. We all know you can't decide who and who will be available in December next year. Then going to the tournament, you have to look about the players' form too, and that is with their respective club side. So it will be a good thing for them if they can lift the trophy, at least better their performance in Ivory Coast in February this year. But it's too early to say what will happen.
Yeah, that's the words of Aribo Musa. I was actually thinking, since he's always optimistic about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, maybe he will say that Nigeria will better their runners up against the Ivory Coast in the last AFCON edition. So let's move to let's move forward as regards to the nominations of Nigerian players in the 2024 FIFA The Best Awards. Four Nigerian players: Asisat, Oshoala, Paul Onuachu, Troost-Ekong, and as well as Ademola, Lookman were nominated for different categories of the FIFA. First, starting with Ademola Lookman, who has been nominated as the best attacker in the category, and as well as Troost-Ekong, who has also been nominated as the best defender category in the FIFA the best. And let's talk about Paul Onuachu's Scorpion Kick category. So what do you have to say about Nigeria's nomination so far in the FIFA the best?
Well, I would say Nigeria as a country has never had it this good. Talking about the FIFA awards, it's not a small feat when you have four players nominated for different categories. For Ademola Lookman, it has been a remarkable year, a good showing at the AFCON. It was his maiden appearance for the Super Eagles at the AFCON, and he was one of the main men for the Super Eagles, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist in four games. So his performance too at the club level has been top notch. Remember, he was voted Atalanta Player of the Season for the second consecutive year. He scored a historical trick in the final of the UEFA Europa Cup against Bayer Leverkusen. So far this season too, he has been the main man for Bayer Leverkusen. He has been nominated for several awards too. CAF Men's Player of the Year, the FIPRO Award. Now I think this FIFA stuff is an icing on the cake for him. We have a lot of footballers in the world. It's not about you winning alone. You getting nominated among the best too is a big one, a big achievement. For Troost-Ekong too, I think he holds his nomination to his wonderful performance at the AFCON. He was the MVP. He scored 3 goals. He played a crucial role in the Super Eagles match in the final at the competition. For Oshoala and Onuachu too, it's a big one for them too. Hopefully one of them will get to pick one of the awards, so at least we can celebrate that as a Nigerian.
Yeah, definitely. We do hope that one out of these awards actually come home to Nigeria, and we will definitely salvo in the moment right there. So let's talk about the Super Falcons 2-1 loss to France in their recent friendly match right there with Ifeoma Onumonu actually scoring Nigeria's first ever goal against the Blue. In 4 matches actually, the last 3 matches, Nigeria were not able to penetrate into the defensive line of France, and right there, picking up the loose ball right from the set piece and scoring that fantastic goal, running at the length of the pitch right there. It was actually a remarkable achievement for the Super Falcons right there, even though it was a loss. So what do you have to say about the game ahead of the Super Falcons women's 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations?
Well, it was a good one for the team. If you look at the fact that they have a lot of, let me say, a new team, because you have a caretaker coach in charge of the team, and he said in an interview recently that his main task is to at least inject some fresh legs into the team. Don't forget the likes of Oshoala, captain of the side, Rasheedat Ajibade, were unavailable for the game. You also have Oluwatosin Deme, who pulled out at the last minute because of injury. Personally, I was expecting a whitewash after the French scored 2 goals. But credit to the Super Falcons, they at least reduced the tally by 1 goal and then put off a resolute performance in the second half. Then credit should be given to the ever reliable goalkeeper of the team too, Nnadozie. It was a good performance from the players. I think going forward, we can be confident of Super Falcons putting off a respectable performance at the African Women's Championship coming up next year. Then kudos to the NFF too for putting up a grade friendly for the team. One can expect that they will play more quality friendly matches going into the WAFCON next year.
Yeah, definitely. We do hope that Nigeria will make this 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations a great one. Just so you know that Nigeria were drawn into the groups with alongside Tunisia, Algeria, and Botswana. Don't forget that these same Algeria were the ones Nigeria defeated 2-0 and 4-1 respectively in their two friendly matches they played last month. So thank you very much, Abuye, for the wonderful and insightful analysis. Yes, so viewers, this is where we'll be wrapping things up as far as our proceedings in today's episode is concerned. Do take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.